Dismiss her ass.
Obviously. Dismiss her. Let's continue. This court has given us a new testimony and it should be examined.
No? That's not how this works, but okay.
It still sounds in the prosecution's favor? Ah.
If she's to be believed, then yes. I would have been fine either way.
Order's the only way to keep this case moving, and we haven't heard enough. My only choice is to find out her full story.
Why don't we bring Finnegan in?
Finnegan! What? What was she really doing there?
Yeah. The whole truth.
Okay, I didn't say about it, but I did say about it afterwards.
Okay.
The only one drowned besides me.
I'm the person who cracked the frickin' branch behind you, but let's not talk about that.
Nobody else could have done it.
It was a squirrel.
And I didn't kill them. My prints weren't on the shovel. I wish they were.
I don't know.
They left the shovel behind when they escaped. They must have killed Rosenstein.
Krantz.
You still seem intent on seeing him convicted.
Of course, that's the criminal.
Porter, you don't know.
Well, I mean, we know he was with all his family.
Good lord. How will you two wish to continue with her? She's openly admitted to perjury. The witness was there. We know that for certain. She saw something involving the suspect and a death. The suspect won't give a suitable excuse, so she is our only connection to the crime.
I agree. If she lies again, we'll find out.
Very well. Witness, it would be in your better interest not to complicate things further.
I said I was sorry. I was just being irrational.
Why is that a question?
What?
Her irrational? There's a shocker.
Alright, what do we got? Let's do it.
The whole truth. We must figure out the whole truth. Where did you see him?
That was what I said before, behind that bush.
Liar.
You realize that contradicts your earlier statement?
Yes, I can't explain it. I looked away for a brief moment and he was there. Something must have happened while I was turned around.
That might be an opening for a different killer. Or it might just be our guy attacking Rosencrantz. We can't really know.
Rosenstein.
Rosenstein.
It wouldn't be a very big opening. I doubt she looked away for too long. Well, she could have passed out.
That too. But what if it was for longer? It's at least a small hope spot.
Assuming she still isn't making this up. Those two were the only ones around beside me. Nobody else could have done it. What about that noise you heard?
I never do anything. I looked all around and we were all alone.
Not that, you know, somebody could have just ran into another bush or some shit. I don't know.
It's probably just a dumb animal. I get along with them very well.
Goddamn raccoon.
How thoroughly did you check?
You got the whole damn forest, kiddo. Nowhere around us was empty.
Fine then, we'll assume it was just the wind. You know, that good
Just
old
the wind.
cracking branches on the ground.
It was somebody using Garu.
That still leaves one
Force.
suspect.
Oh no! No, not this again! I didn't do a thing! Don't try throwing me on the fire for this guy!
There is no evidence to suspect Miss Porter as the killer.
Yeah, listen to him, just listen!
I didn't tell them, my friends.
I'll make it a point to not listen to him. No. It is true. There's no reason to suspect she so much as brushed up against it.
So, I'm not the killer!
What about gloves?
She doesn't wear gloves. What about them? Shall I
What about
remind you
gloves? What about them?
Shall I remind you we already have a full set of fingerprints? Let's focus on absolutes rather than hopeful supposition.
I'm just checking.
Yeah.
Left the shovel behind when he escaped, but he must have killed. No, he didn't. The shovel was found in his freaking what? Hold on.
Don't worry. Shh, we'll get to that later.
That's Rosencrantz.
Oh, whatever! You're gonna make up weird names. Don't expect me to get them right.
Good lord, you should be slapped. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are literary characters. I didn't just pull them out of my ass.
Oh, well, if it was your stupid idea, that makes it much better.
I'm going to slap you with my beard. Am I the only cultured person here? Your Honor, you understand?
Really? You're going to him?
Oh, yes, of course. They're from, that one film.
You just said they were literary characters. So if you found another one of Williamson's Berserk buttons, what? Touch me in the Berserk button.
He doesn't understand what Berserk and sad are.
Okay, whenever the freaking game freezes, whenever Skype freezes, I get scared.
Do you believe her?
No! Her credibility as a witness is shattered. There's no going back.
Even if this is still a lie, there's a lot going against us.
Might be able to find an opening here.
Hopefully.
Maybe, just maybe, I'm starting to figure this out. What is Gladys Porter hiding that she hasn't told us yet? She handled the murder weapon. It's obviously that one. He didn't leave the shovel behind.
Left the shovel behind, though.
I guess either present the shovel or present the frickin' thing, like the...
Yeah. There we go.
He left the shovel behind? You saw it laying close to the bush? Was it in one piece?
One piece.
It's the name of the treasure!
In the Grand Line!
Yes, I think. I wasn't paying attention to that.
You don't see a problem? Well, what? She didn't say that! The murder weapon should have been taken somewhere else. To his home. He's the killer. What was it still doing at the crime scene?
He had ample time to return and retrieve it.
If he's the killer, wouldn't he escape with it in the first place? It would have been evidence that he'd killed a man.
You're right, it would have been. What are you getting at?
Really? A smart killer would need to dispose of a murder weapon. If what I think this means is true, then this is big. Might be the only opening I get today. I may be onto something here. That doesn't usually happen. When Miss Porter saw my client running away...
He was going for help.
Rosencrantz was alive.
I don't know about that.
Well, she only saw him hit him once.
Yeah.
When Miss Porter saw my client running away... Rosencrantz was still alive. What?
What?
Any killer worth his salt would have known to hide his weapon.
I should know.
If my client's truly a mafia officer as you claim, he'd know that.
That too.
If he was guilty, why would he leave the shovel lying in plain sight?
His prints are on it. It shouldn't matter if he fled with it.
The shovel was found in his basement, yet Miss Porter claims he didn't run away with it. My client, Fred? Jesus! Fled from a meeting with Rosencrantz. Shut up! But then Rosencrantz just stood in the same spot and waited for him to come back?
Yep.
Is that really what you think happened? There isn't just one person acting strangely here, it's two. No, after my client ran away, someone else came in and killed the victim.
Ridiculous. Who could it have been?
Shelley D. Killer. Oh no, Miss Porter claims she heard a noise somewhere in the area. I don't think they were the only 3 people there.
It's always, was there a third, was there a 4th person?
But did you see anybody else get on the elevator?
The victim was alive? Miss Porter, did you intentionally leave that out?
Oh no! I was just kidding!
I wasn't yelling, though.
I was just getting to it. I fucking hate this bitch.
He really was alive. I've had enough of you. Just come clean and tell us what you know.
There wasn't anybody else around. I looked. The kid must have looked back.
Meanwhile, Rosencrantz just stood there twiddling his thumbs and waiting. Why was my client even running in the first place?
I don't know. I don't know why either of them did what they did. But he just ran off. I saw and watched, but couldn't do anything.
I think maybe you do know. Why would Yossarian run away? Maybe this has something to do with it.
It. The letter. I assume.
Yeah, I guess.
No! What? Well, he says I think I'm onto something here.
Disgusting jokes in the courtroom, for shame!
God is watching over you. And right. You set up to make that. And you... Really?
Be playing oh, lack of self-control?
Really? Okay.
It's the Yossarian way.
Why would Mr. Sarin run?
Let me see. Like, keep going. Like, show me everything.
Wow.
Not the attorney's badge.
I have to start there. Storm cellar, shovel, letter, it's not that. Wiretap, footprints.
Leading defense. Oh. That just looks weird.
It does look really
It's a
fucking...
real picture.
It looks like, yeah, the footprints are very, like...
It looks like somebody's chasing him.
off. Yeah.
I guess. Go ahead.
Apparently.
These 2 pairs of footprints were found leading out of the woods. They led straight up to the defendant's home, and they're recent.
What the footprints?
Porter. Did you say 2 sets?
That's right. They were going the same way. Strides were set far apart, which means that people were moving quickly.
Sounds an awful lot like they were running to me. I assume the prosecution also found these. Of course. The relevant data has been gathered for all related to the case. One set was from the defendant, so her statement matches that. Who was the other? This is an imprint from the other set. It looks like mine. Right, care to point out for us who it matches? Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, there's the obvious Gladys. Okay.
Yeah, it's just on there.
Didn't even give us a chance.
Nope, it's just like, okay.
They belong to Gladys Porter, the witness.
Precisely.
Why are you smug?
Smug. That means she followed him home. Did she, Your Honor? Did she? Both tracks indicate rapid movement. They were running and in the same direction. So it was a chase.
That's why you heard my scream and then came straight at me.
Why didn't you mention this at all before?
It wasn't necessary until now, but thank you, Rat, for leading us to
How
it.
was it not?
Obadiah, you also have a chronic case.
Of being a dick.
The suspect clearly did not want any witnesses in the area. Oh shit. He spotted her and went after her, before returning to deal with the victim.
Why would Rosencrantz wait for him to come back?
It doesn't matter in the end. One man is dead and another's prints are on the killing
That
weapon.
doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Even with the witness's perjury, we still have that. Those other shoe prints belong to Miss Porter? Something's fishy about that.
You are infinitely more helpful than Maya has ever been. Seriously. Oh, you think so? I zoned out.
I was just sipping on my water. Yes! Take another look at that photo of the footprints. Okay. Okay.
That's the bottle.
That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
two that overlap, but what does that have to do with anything? Wait, go back?
Well, here you go.
Gladys is on top. That means he was running from her.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah,
Was
click
hers on
that.
top?
Click the overlapping one. The witness's shoe prints are overlapping the other trail.
Overlapping?
You weren't ahead of him, you were behind. You were the one doing the chasing. Yarg?
Yarg. Order! The witness was chasing the suspect before he'd killed the victim.
That's how it seems. Why was she doing that? What is happening?
Don't worry. It'll all be answered. How indeed, witness?
What was this anything? I saw the guy.
Why is this bitch still on the stand? Why is she not in jail?
Because nobody cares about their
I
job.
saw a guy running and got suspicious. You can't blame me for wanting to know what was going on.
He hadn't killed anyone. Why would you single him out as suspicious?
Shut up! I was just confused, okay?
Shut up, that's why. That's my answer to
It was
everything.
dark and creepy. I wasn't thinking straight.
Yeah. That's an opening. She wasn't there anymore. Somebody else could have killed him.
No, who's the killer?
But you were chasing him,
What the
though.
heck are you trying to prove otherwise?
Because he might go to jail for a crime he didn't commit? You are the reason I pressed this far. Your lies are what dragged this case on, and you're only digging yourself in further. This might have ended already if it wasn't for you, Miss Porter.
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
Chick. The witness pursued him, and then what?
Then? Oh.
Maybe you get it now? Who was chasing whom doesn't matter in the long run.
It means somebody else had a chance to freaking kill him.
The stated theory was that he returned to the forest after running away, and then murdered Rosencrantz. Disprove
Proof
that.
that he did it!
Yeah.
All you
Well,
have
the
is
proof
his
is on
prints on the
me.
freaking murder weapon, and that's been disproven as conclusive evidence multiple times in the past.
Don't worry, we're the defense attorneys, man. We have the burden of proof is always on us.
I can't do that.
You are right that Miss Porter has thrown the trial out of kink. Aww. But it hasn't done a thing to disprove the hard evidence. We are right back where we started.
We still need to know why she was going after him.
As you wish, she may have something to hide, but I do not. The facts are already clear and the case must be
Why are
decided.
you a dick?
Witness, explain your actions, and do not leave a single
Did
thing
you
out.
not already tell me I was the best damn attorney?
Have a little flashback scene. Obadiah senpai.
Jesus. Don't bring that back. I regret saying it already. Just seeing him with the Cune eyes.
Phoenix Chan, you are the best damn attorney.
That's just how Phoenix saw things.
Like I said, I just happened to be passing by. I'm so fucking sick of this woman. I saw two guys standing there talking. I didn't know either of them.
Is she better or worse than Leak Spin?
I don't fucking know. She probably is the leak spin girl, just wearing a freaking blonde wig at the time. I couldn't hear so much of the conversation, but I think they were having some kind of argument.
So,
Then one guy just starts running away.
we really are just back at square one, just doing this all
Yeah.
over again.
The other's just standing there dumbly, like nothing's wrong.
Dumbly.
Startled me, so I called out, "Hey, he's escaping? What the fuck?"
What? Porter?
I tried to chase after the running man.
Oh,
The dude from Ocarina of Time?
But I tried to pick up. After a while, I lost him.
You kept up rather well when you were overlapping. When you were overlapping his ass.
Turned off the first spot and Rosen guy was dead.
It's not that hard of a name to remember, Porter.
Jason? No, that one. This is the only other person who I saw out there.
This is a long testimony.
Apart from the whole chasing business, most of this seems to be a repeat. We've already heard a lot of it. Exactly. How many times must we address this topic?
As many times as it takes to get a freaking competent testimony.
Was there a third person in the elevator? The witness is unreliable. I'd recommend dismissing her shortly. He's right. Now, Mr. Wright, you still haven't shown us how this changes things.
Give me a minute, Jesus.
I agree with the prosecution. You're not doing a very good job. This trial has dragged on long enough. As such, I will only permit you to ask what...
Well, I know the one thing I want to press.
What?
That's why it was so long.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's a thingy.
Yeah, we only get to press one statement.
You may press one statement, but only one. If you cannot uncover any new information by then, I will have no choice but to assume this is a dead
What
end.
kind of bullshit is that? One statement.
I am the judge.
That's all I can press. Usually it's the prosecutor that's giving me these restrictions, which somehow makes sense. Her story's updated, but it's mostly still the same. Yeah, except one glaring difference. She was out stargazing despite not knowing anybody there. What?
What?
In the stars?
I think he meant... Yeah, I missed a word.
She saw them arguing and then later found Rosencrantz dead.
Rosen guy.
Rosenstein. I can't get distracted with what we already know. I need to check for two things. One, this can't deal with anything we already know. Two, it can't be something she could easily deny the truth about. It would have to be something that's logically impossible for her to wriggle out of. She knows a big secret she isn't telling us. There must be somewhere she slipped up that leads us to it. Well, I mean, there's one big, glaring, obvious difference. Safe. Safe.
Yeah. No, don't you wanna get a game over?
Skip this one.
Yeah.
Next.
So two guys. I can't auto skip.
Next. Next. Next.
And once that guy starts running away.
This one.
Hey, he's escaping.
This one was, like, completely different.
Yeah.
You saw two men you didn't know, one started to run away, and you called out to the other? If I saw the same scene, I'd assume the man running away was in danger. And yet you weren't worried at all. You thought he was escaping.
Might she have seen him doing something odd?
No, if it was bad enough, she would have mentioned it by now. She's had plenty of opportunities to explain why she found him suspicious, but didn't.
Well then, why would she act that way?
For her to do that, she needs some familiarity with both parties. Miss Porter knew exactly who both the suspect and the victim were.
But she said the complete opposite.
Yes, Your Honor, because everything she's said so far has been the truth. You're right, Your Honor. She denied knowing both of them.
Really?
Did you know either the victim or the killer?
Really? We need a flashback?
Yeah.
Oh, never met either of them. Never fucking heard of them. Don't know what they look like.
And that means our witnesses lied again. That gives you two very good reasons to be at the crime scene. It shatters the credibility of your stargazing alibi, as if it had any to begin with. Yeah.
Yakety yak. Harder, harder. Oh, what was she really doing there?
She knew the meeting was going to happen. Isn't it a bit coincidental that she happened to show up where they were?
How did she know? Somebody had to tell her.
We don't have a lot of possibilities. She knew it was happening that night.
The bug.
Rosencrantz. Who directed her to the crime scene? Rosencrantz. She called out to him, "Hey, he's escaping," so it has to be Rosencrantz. Hey, yeah, exactly. Hey, he's escaping. Those were her exact words. If I'm not mistaken, it sounds like the witness and the victim were working together.
You knew the victim? Why haven't you identified him? Not just perjury, she was withholding vital information.
It's almost like she should be in jail.
Well, get it. I wasn't even supposed to be there. He told me not to come, but I had to. I followed him there and... I take back what I just said!
Your Honor, that's a confession. She was working with Rosencrantz.
No, I wasn't!
Miss Porter, please tell me this wasn't just for laughs. We already had that a couple cases back. Who was Mr. Rosencrantz? Why did he direct you there?
I didn't mean to. He just said he was meeting him there and I followed him.
He told you where he'd be? It almost sounds like he was baiting you there. He wanted you to come. But by telling you not to, he ensured that you would stay hidden.
But that makes no sense. How would you know that?
Look where we are now. Look what you're doing. The truth is, Rosencrantz
wanted you to
really
kill the
dead.
suspect. Isn't really killed himself.
He
wanted a witness.
Yeah. Rosencrantz used you as a witness.
A witness? What for?
For his own death.
What?
He thought he might die that night. He wanted you to identify the killer.
That was why?
Oh no.
I never thought of that. I didn't think he'd go that far.
He thought he'd die, and yet he still went. Why?
Oh, I ruined everything. I'll tell you everything I know,
Oh my-
prosecutor, but only you.
Just me.
In the lobby, we were alone. No one else should know.
D-
It's gotta come out later.
I see, Your Honor. Yes, take as much time as... This court will go into recess until they are finished. I'm confused.
I guess they're done.
12:50. Hey, you did it. Order! Everybody appears to be in place once more. Mr. Williamson, have you learned enough from our witness? Yes. She's being transported to detention.
She's been a bad girl. This will reflect on her permanent record.
She's sorry not for her actions, but the confusion they caused. She's fully aware that they'll carry heavy consequences.
You mean I don't have to see her anymore?
Oh my god. I see. Well, she did try to pull one over on us. Ah, that scamp.
Jesus.
Yes, she can be quite unpredictable, that one. The parts about her witnessing the attack and not knowing the two men were fabrication. She stands by everything else. Can you tell us what you've learned? No. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but that would not be a good idea. I beg your pardon. If I say too much, it may compromise her safety. I won't risk that. Oh, so she's in danger? Yes. I can, however, announce Rosencrantz's true identity. Sadly, I'd had a sinking suspicion earlier. I was right. His name was Jimmy.
Jimmy, yeah.
Oh, Stephen Jameson. Okay.
The name Jameson, I think, has also come up.
Jimmy, yeah, probably. Jameson, not anybody I'm familiar with.
He was in that field at the end of the last case. Williamson? Are you...
Your Honor, the prosecution requests an extension for the case. What? But you're in a much stronger position than the defense. I'm unsure how to continue. I'll need to reevaluate how to approach everything. Well, if you insist, I'll go along with it. I'd say the facts were still pretty clear, but the prosecution's request will be granted. Court is adjourned until tomorrow. What's wrong with him?
I'm not sure. Something Porter said really shook him up. Who was Stephen Jameson? What did Porter know about him? That would explain why Porter was crying too.
Yeah.
Because they knew each other in the last thing, didn't... Oh no, wait, that was Waters.
No, that was Waters. Okay, thanks, Health Bar. Well, we'll figure all this out next time. Thanks for watching.